The story begins in Seoul, Korea, where we see lizards crawling in a lab. Some of them die and come back to life, indicating they were part of an experiment. Many dead bodies of doctors are also in the lab, suggesting they died because of the experiment. We then see Dr. Jang desperately trying to save his dead daughter. He tells her that his experiment was successful, and he won't let her die. As he's about to inject his daughter, officers arrive and stop him at gunpoint. They tell the doctor that many people have died because of his experiment, and he needs to stop immediately. But the doctor is unwilling to listen. He tells the officers he won't stop. He needs to save his daughter and proceeds to inject her. An officer shoots and wounds him. Suddenly, all the buildings begin to shake. Looking outside, they see a terrible earthquake has hit all of Korea, killing everyone inside the building. The story then jumps forward 3 years, where all resources are depleted. All of Korea has become barren. People struggle to survive. With no rain for years, food and water are scarce. Here, we see a man named Ji-won who spots an alligator. He immediately kills it with an arrow. As Ji-won approaches, the alligator comes back to life and attacks him. Luckily, Namsan arrives just in time, catches the alligator, and cuts off its head. Namsan and Ji-won are good friends. They hunt animals together to make a living and sell the meat at a nearby market. In return, people give them water and other supplies. As the two friends are selling the alligator meat at the market, a woman named Kate offers a lot of gold for food. However, they refuse to take it because after the earthquake, everything was destroyed, so gold had no value. But the lady says to use it when things get better. Ji-won gets angry and says it will never be better. The lady was actually flirting with Namsan, but he ignores her and gives her a dead snake to eat. Meanwhile, a girl named Sona and her grandmother, waiting in line, come and meet Namsan. Sona's grandmother says she's known Namsan since he saved Sona's life. Namsan says Sona is like his child. Ji-won tries to impress Sona by saying he killed the alligator, but Sona ignores him and says she made a painting for Uncle Namsan, which makes him very happy. As Sona leaves with the meat, we see some thugs arrive and start bothering people, saying they are looking for someone. These thugs had come to take some people with them. When one man tries to stop them, the thugs cut off his hand, scaring everyone present. One of the thugs then spots Sona and starts misbehaving with her. This makes Ji-won furious. Ji-won jumps in and starts fighting the thugs, but they quickly overpower him. Seeing this, Namsan joins the fight and punches everyone badly. Namsan grabs one of the thugs and asks who they work for and who sent them there. Scared, the thug immediately tells him they are Tiger's men and he sent them. Namsan tells the thugs to go tell their boss, Tiger, that if they ever appear in Namsan's territory again, the consequences won't be good. Hearing Namsan's name, all the thugs run away in fear. Namsan used to be a very famous fighter and hunter. His blows could make people's lives miserable. After the thugs leave, Ji-won and Sona thank him and leave for their work. After finishing their work, Namsan and Ji-won are heading home when they see some people outside Sona's house. To avoid any danger, Namsan goes and asks what's happening. A lady named Sia in the crowd tells him they are from the government. They provide free education to children under 20 years old and their parents at a nearby government apartment, because children are the future. They also provide food and clean water for these children so they can have a better future. That's why Sona has been selected for this initiative. Namsan asks if there are any problems with thugs there, to which Sia tells him not to worry. They have an entire army filled with dangerous military-grade people to fight them. Hearing Sia, Sona's grandmother agrees, as it's best for Sona's future, so Namsan also agrees. Before leaving, Sona gives Ji-won her painting, which makes him very happy. In the evening, Sona, her grandmother, Sia, and her companions pack their bags and leave for the apartment. During the journey, Sona becomes friends with a girl named Kim. However, due to walking such a long distance, Sona's grandmother's condition worsens. Sia tells Sona that they will take her grandmother and an old uncle to a nearby emergency medical home, and they will join them tomorrow. Sona agrees, and they start moving forward again. After walking a short distance, some cars were waiting for them. Seeing this, Sona becomes suspicious. If the cars were so close, why did they take her grandmother separately? She doesn't get a clear answer when she asks about it, which strengthens Sona's suspicion. On the other hand, Ji-won and Namsan feel sad because Sona and her grandmother have left. So, the two friends go out hunting. After walking a little distance, they see some soldiers beating an old man and Sona's grandmother. The soldiers throw the old man into a ditch, which scares Sona's grandmother a lot. Suddenly, a soldier comes from behind and kills Sona's grandmother by stabbing her. Seeing all this, Ji-won gets very angry and immediately goes to fight the two soldiers. They both beat the soldiers badly. While fighting, Nam-san kills one soldier, but the soldier gets up again. Nam-san kills him again, but the cycle continues. Suddenly, a girl named Lee comes from behind and helps the two friends. The next morning, after burying the grandmother's body, Ji-won asks Nam-san what happened to those soldiers and why they weren't dying. Lee tells them that these soldiers can only be killed if their head is separated from their body. Lee further explains that there's an apartment a short distance from here where they need to save many people. For this, she needs their help. She was actually an Air Force officer. While searching for survivors from the earthquake, they found an apartment that was completely safe and had a good source of fresh water. They made it suitable for people to live in. At the same time, Dr. Jang also arrived there. He was the only doctor who survived the earthquake, so she thought he would be very useful. But problems began when the children under 20, taken by the doctor for his experiments, went missing. When Lee asked the doctor about it, two soldiers immediately surrounded her. Then one of the soldiers suddenly shot the other soldier, killing him instantly. But after a short while, the soldier got up again. Seeing all this, Lee got very scared. Then the doctor told her that he had given them an injection that would make them immortal, and that they were the future. He would make everyone immortal, one by one. He was also going to die in that earthquake, but thanks to this experiment, he's alive today. Lee gets very angry at the doctor and grabs his collar, asking him where the children are. To save the doctor, Paul fires at Lee, but the bullet hits her shoulder. Taking the opportunity, Lee breaks the window glass and escapes, saving her life somehow. That's why Lee needs their help in the upcoming fight. Nam-san tells Lee that they can't fight their army alone, so they need help from someone else. Nam-san, Ji-won, and Lee all go to Tiger's hideout and ask for his help. However, Tiger, who was still fighting his rival John's gang, says to John that Nam-san was a very famous fighter. Because of him, he quit boxing. If anyone among them can defeat him, he will give all his men to John. Hearing this, everyone attacks Nam-san and Ji-won. But Nam-san alone is too strong for everyone. Nam-san beats everyone badly, causing the remaining people to flee. But Nam-san manages to catch Tiger. Ji-won and Lee check the thugs' weapons, where they find clean water along with the weapons. Then Nam-san asks Tiger if he is bringing this clean water from that apartment. Tiger then tells them that yes, they are getting this clean water and food from there. In return, they supply people to them. But nowadays their demand is for children under 20. That's why their men came to their area that day. They were going to give those people to them as well. Ji-won and Lee get very angry about this, but Nam-san stops them and punches Tiger hard, knocking him unconscious. On the other side in the apartment, Sia takes Sona and the other children towards the class. Kim's parents ask when they can meet their children. Sia tells them they can meet them at the parent-teacher meeting. Saying this, they take all the young people to a floor where there were clean rooms, clean water from the tap, and good food for them. But these children's parents are kept downstairs in the basement, where they are constantly forced to work like laborers. Sia tells the doctor that they have two students named Chen and Sona who are perfect for the experiment. The doctor tells her to take good care of both girls. Keep feeding them clean food and water at all times. In class, Sona notices that all the children present are looking at them in a very strange way, and all the children have a cut mark on their necks. Sona asks Sia that if they have so much clean water that it can be used for bathing, why can't they share it with outsiders? Sia gets a little annoyed by this and gives Sona a strange answer that doesn't satisfy Sona at all. Sia starts teaching the children, but Sona's mind is not on her studies at all. Suddenly, Dr. Jang comes into the class and says that children are the future, so good food and pure water are essential for them. This food and water are specially purified and prepared for them. Saying this, Jang's people start distributing food and water to the children. But Sona is suspicious of all this, so she neither eats the food nor drinks the water. Dr. Jang comes to Kim and asks if she will help him with his experiment, to which Kim happily says yes. The doctor gives an injection to a soldier named Paul, which injects a virus into him that allows him to survive for a long time without food or water. Out of curiosity, Sona also leaves her room at night and goes to Dr. Jang's office. Meanwhile, Jang meets Kim's parents, where Kim's parents plead with him to let them meet their daughter. Dr. Jang agrees and asks them to come with him. On the other hand, Sona, while exploring, reaches Jang's lab, where she sees a pipe going into Kim's neck. Dr. Jang and Kim's parents also arrive at the lab. Sona had hidden before they arrived. Seeing their daughter in such a state, Kim's parents start crying. The doctor then tells them that there is a special liquid in the children's necks from which serum is made. Saying this, he shows his daughter in the lab, whose lower body was missing. And amazingly, even with half a body, her heart was still beating. Seeing this, Kim's parents get scared and try to free their daughter. In the meantime, due to a system malfunction, Kim dies. Angered by this, Dr. Jang says, "See, that's why I don't like disturbances." He kills Kim's parents right there. As the doctor is about to wash his hands, he spots Sona and catches her, laying her on the same table. The doctor tells her that the food and water they gave them create a liquid in the throats of children like her. From that, they prepare a serum that allows anyone to live for many days without food or water and remain strong. Saying this, he makes a cut on Sona's neck. Meanwhile, Nam-san and his friends enter the apartment with a truck and get down, shooting all the soldiers who come in front of them with shotguns. With Lee's help, these three move forward. Further on, Lee sees her friends in bad shape, so she decides to help them. But nothing could be done now, because the doctor's failed experiments had turned them into zombies. So, they start catching and killing all the zombies. Nam-san runs out of bullets, so he takes a sword and attacks the remaining zombies. In a short while, Nam-san wipes out all the zombies. On the other side, Dr. Jang injects the fluid from Sona's body into himself, but instead of getting better, his condition worsens because Sona had never drunk a drop of that water. Because of this, there was no change in her fluid. Angered by this, the doctor was about to kill Sona when Ji-won comes and tells him to stop. But just then, a soldier attacks him from behind. Ji-won and Sona are lying unconscious. Taking advantage of this opportunity, the doctor escapes with his associate and daughter. But before leaving, Jang detonates a bomb in the building, causing a huge explosion. Upon regaining consciousness, Nam-san rushes to find Ji-won and Sona. He finds both of them unconscious in the lab and brings them out with Lee's help. However, as the doctor comes out, everyone surrounds him and beats him badly. One person takes the bag from Jang's hand and breaks all the serum bottles. Enraged by this, Dr. Jang starts firing indiscriminately. Many people lose their lives, but during this chaos, some bullets also hit the doctor's daughter, causing her to die there. All the children are freed and meet their parents. Everyone is very happy to be reunited with their families, except for the doctor, who cries a lot seeing his daughter in such a state. But due to a chemical reaction, the doctor's condition starts to worsen badly. But then Nam-san and his friends come out. The doctor, saddened by his daughter's death, tries to kill Sona. But then Nam-san shoots Dr. Jang in the head with his gun, killing him. Then Nam-san gives the responsibility of this apartment to Lee, and is about to leave with his friends when it starts raining on the barren land where it had never rained before. They say a drowning man will clutch at a straw, but here, the entire sky had come to join in their happiness. 2 days later, Sona goes with Nam-san and Ji-won to visit her grandmother's grave. After this, we are shown a scene 2 weeks later where Kate flirts with Nam-san again. But this time, Ji-won and Sona push him and tell him to talk to her. With this beautiful ending, the movie concludes. You all must have heard the saying, "Greed is a bad thing." This was also seen in this movie. Even if it wasn't about wealth, it was indeed the greed for immortality. But due to this greed, many lost their lives, and many ended up in a terrible, zombie-like state. That's why God has made us perfect. What He has planned for us will surely be right. That's why no one ever gets anything before their time or more than they need. And with this amazing movie ends here.